The Stock of the Day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. Trade over 17,000 markets with extended trading hours on key US shares and competitive spreads, all on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.
Let's get to our stock of the day, being Aussie Broadband, after it said that it will buy AGL's telecommunications business and customer assets for $125 million. The acquisition is expected to add an estimated 350,000 broadband and mobile connections and 46,000 voice services to Aussie Broadband's customer base. Analysts at Jarden say the deal raises questions about the benefits for Aussie Broadband and whether the purchase price is justified. It wants to see details on synergies and on who will pay for advertising and promotions. The broker/published rating on ABB was neutral with $5.25 target price. I should note that AGL shares are also tracking higher. Companies narrowed its annual profit guidance, citing higher consumer margins and lower costs. So despite what Jarden may think about ABB, its shares are having a really great session. And so we'll go to our expert guests here to get their view on our stock of the day, being Australian Broadband. Michael Gable, Fairmont Equities.
Yeah, look, I mean, before today, Aussie Broadband shares had been trending lower since October. So there have been concerns that, concerns over slowing growth in broadband sales, basically. So the company reports their results on the 23rd of February. So we've seen, share price coming back, sort of weak consumer confidence. Just wasn't sort of heading in the right direction. And then we got this news out today, which at first glance looked like it was a nice sort of, bolt-on for the business. But I think as you start to read into it, and I have to admit, it's not a company that I cover, so I'm not overly familiar with. But look, it does look like they need to issue some shares to help fund it. Questions around the price. Look, it's still up about 10%. I think it's probably factored all the, good stuff in at these prices. So after a 10% jump, with a result coming up just under 2 weeks away, where we did have concerns around, organic growth, it'd be a hard one to buy after this bounce. So, look, I think it's probably more of a hold. We really do need to see those results on the 23rd and just see that, the rest of the business is actually growing okay, and it's not just fully reliant on a bolt-on such as this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a hold for ABB from Michael. Jonathan, how do you rate Australian Broadband overall?
Similar view. It was trending lower, but the thing is that telco space has been doing quite well. You notice that Telstra's, I think we're going to discuss Telstra a little bit later on today, but that's actually been trending well, kind of sideways. But usually this space doesn't really excite me. But the thing is, what I kind of see at the moment is that we're seeing that rotation out of growth into sort of value, and the telcos are still good value in this space. Good thing about this deal is that it's an all-scrip deal. I tried to look for ABB's cash balance. I think they had 120 mil in cash back in June 30th, and they haven't come out with the latest half year results. I think that comes up on the 23rd, as Michael does say. But just generally, it's an all-scrip deal. This heads them into third place behind, I believe, Optus and Telstra in the NBN space. And anytime where you can sort of get a bolt-on at a reasonable price, I mean, like they're paying a scrip for this to become the third largest provider, and that's why the market's rewarded that. Funny enough, usually when the market rewards someone making the acquisition, usually the shares get punished on the other end. But in this case, AGL with their results has actually jumped as well. So you can just see that the market actually likes this deal for both sides of the party, and I do think that this space will continue to perform. I mean, look, it's not going to shoot the lights out, but it's definitely a place where you can park some funds that may not be in the commodity space, and you're looking for some safety. So while I do like this deal, and I do like that 10% jump, it's still a hold for me at this stage, mainly because I'm looking for sort of more explosive growth in other areas.
Got it. Thanks. So that's a hold for ABB.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Trade over 12,000 shares and ETFs, including major tech giants with extended hours on an award-winning platform. Get started at ig.com.